Hey there, my name is Benjamin. I'm the CEO and founder here at Bolt Deals. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we scale established wholesalers from 2 deals per month to 15 deals per month consistently. With that said, let's go ahead and dive straight in. This is the exact playbook that we've used to scale our clients, Chris and Cole, from $0 to $330,000 per month in closed assignment fees in 6 weeks or less, and scale our clients, Jesse, to 15 plus deals per month. And we're going to do all this while maintaining a minimum average assignment fee of $15,000, a cash conversion cycle of less than 90 days, and a wholesale operation that runs without them, all while maintaining healthy profit margins. Scrolling down here, you can see an example of one of our clients, Chris, sending us a deal sheet where all of his deals, where they're from, and how much he's going to make. On the right, you can see a list and a proof of how many contracts we've generated for our clients as a whole. And the way we do all of this is through the lidded operating system. And there are a few reasons why this is completely different from everything else you'll see on the market. First is because of how it's able to effortlessly generate distressed, motivated seller leads who need to sell, not just want to sell. The way I refer to this is sellers who are serious, not curious. And second is because of how it's able to help you build a team of A players that can run your company without. In addition to that, the lidded operating system will show you how to scale the business while having true clarity of your numbers. And finally, like I mentioned, having healthy cash flow and profits to actually reinvest or take out of the business at the end of every month. And everything you're going to see here, I want to mention, can be implemented into your business with a span of 90 days or less. In addition, the best part about this is that you do not have to tweak the system as your business scales, because we ourselves have used it to generate our clients a little over $15 million in assignment fees over the last 4 years. My name is Benjamin Hoang, and you may have seen me around. I'm literally the kid that has built and managed some of the marketing campaigns for people like Brent, Chris, Tim Mai, who are some of the biggest real estate investors and coaches in the country, who you may follow or even look up to. My team and I have almost built 300 marketing campaigns as well as processes over the last 4 years, training and consulting with dozens of acquisitions team, as well as generated tens of thousands of pre-qualified motivated seller leads for our clients. Today, our team manages $520,000+ per month in ad spend and generates 300+ contracts per month across all of our clients. And this, as a result, has enabled us to have an unrivaled track record within the real estate investing industry. And the privilege to say we can help because we've done it multiple times. Me and my team's actions and decision-making process revolve around the idea of leverage, right? And the way I put that is the ability to get more out for what you put in. Our goal with all of our clients is to figure out how we can generate the most net free cash flow with the least amount of expenses, team members, operational complexity, as well as time required. In addition to that, I have the privilege of working with investors who I genuinely care about, hear their stories, see them save or scale their businesses to provide a better life not only for themselves, but for those who work for them. As you can see here, Patty and CK is a mother and son duo who live 20 minutes away from me here in Houston, Texas, that I've been working with for almost 2 years now. Simon and Christine here are up in Oklahoma, and in their first week of working with us, they got their first deal, and I invited them to come out to my office here in Houston and do a podcast and do an in-person workshop together. Finally, this is Donnie. Donnie's from Virginia. He was in town that weekend, so I got the chance to meet up with him throughout the entire process. And I want to mention something. The truth of the matter is that a lot of investors we speak to are not the best business owners or operators, and in my personal opinion, that's not a bad thing. To me, it simply means that there's room for improvement, and if you're willing to implement what works, it then simply becomes inevitable for you to dominate your market. As you're going to see here, the lidded operating system will enable you, the founder, to have a marketing system that spits out high-intent, motivated seller leads who need to sell, convert them into closed deals, build and train a team of absolute A players to run your company without you, have clarity of your numbers, all while increasing profits. Today, I'm going to be introducing to you what I call the lidded operating system. Let's see if it loads here. Okay, finally. So you're going to see here, there's 5 main pillars. There's lead flow, ironclad sales process, talent acquisition and management, exit strategy, as well as data tracking and metric tracking. So I'm going to dive into this all shortly, but this is the spiel. Everything within the lidded operating system is a pillar to scale a successful wholesale business. With that said, let's go back. Before I break it all down even further, I want to show you exactly why I believe the lidded operating system is the most effective strategy for scaling your wholesale operation. First is because of how it factors in all aspects and pillars that make a business run successfully without the founder's presence. In the current state of the market, many wholesalers, possibly you, are taught to focus on specific things at a time without being second or even third order effects of those changes. For example, you can get all the leads in the world, but if you don't have quality conversations and are able to actually convert them into contracts, it doesn't matter. Another example, you can hire as many acquisition managers as you want, but if the manager lacks leadership as well as management skills, they will most likely not perform or stay on the team for long, resulting in high team churn or team turnover. Another perfect example, and this is the one I see most common, is that you can build your cash buyers list as big as you want, telling yourself it's quote unquote moving the needle, but if there are no deals to sell them, you've wasted your time and theirs. In my personal opinion, there has to be an even and fair balance within all aspects of a company. If you do build the marketing systems, hire the right people, and implement the processes, which the Lidded operating system is the best at doing, you could build a company you're truly proud of owning and operating without slaving away on the phones. It's what enables influencers who we all look up to, like Pace Morby, Ryan Serhant, Grant Cardone, Jamil Damji, Jerry Norton, as well as many more, build a business that serves them and their lifestyles. Adding on, I don't believe that there's anything out of this world that they're doing. Rather than implementing the pillars that I'm going to show you here today on the Lidded operating system in order to build sustainable businesses as well as a legacy. Next, it's because you're no longer at the risk of losing your entire business due to poor lead flow or poor lead quality. If you've been in business for any time now, you know that without leads in your pipeline, you don't have a business. Knowing that, it's concerning to me that some wholesalers rely on poor lead generation channels in order to try and close deals. What makes it worse is that you're one change away from losing all of your lead flow and eventually going out of business. A perfect example was July 5th of 2023 when the FTC or FCC made carrier companies like Twilio have A2P verification, and the people who were using it pretty much lost their entire lead flow in a week if they didn't pivot. And if they didn't pivot, they eventually went out of business. I know that because we had a surge of clients that had decided to pull the trigger on inbound marketing during this time, and this was exactly why. With the Lidded operating system, we built consistent marketing campaigns that prevent exactly that. Right? And what this does is it results in a smoother sales process, higher contract to close rates, and bigger assignment fees. Next, you relieve all the bottlenecks that prevent you from scaling. In every business, including yours, there will always be a constraint that is preventing you from closing more deals, taking more profit, or buying your time back. These bottlenecks can include, but are not limited to, lead quality or lead flow, a sales process / conversion rate, disposition process / contract to close rates, lack of talent / high team turnover, poor data tracking systems, or even you, the founder, your beliefs, your perspective, your character traits, your skills, your mindset, etc. And there are many, many more that are added on to that. Regardless of what you do to solve each bottleneck, another problem will always arise. Then, when you try and solve both together, they both break, putting you back to square one. We as a company have been through this many, many times with many, many clients. So you don't have to. And it's incredibly frustrating because it almost feels like we're running around in this never-ending hamster wheel, which eventually causes us to burn out. We built the Lidded operating system knowing that the reason your business is not where you want it to be is because of few problems that, if solved, will give you the business that you are proud to lead. Let's try this out. Pause the video right here, take out a notepad like this, and write 2 to 3 things in your business that if you found the solution to, would give you endless deals. It could be endless high quality lead flow. It could be better acquisition managers. It could be improved data tracking. It could be better buyers. Whatever the case is, write it down, and when you're done, come back. The reason why I wanted to show you that is because notice how it's not a list of 300 things, rather 5, maybe 10 high leverage things that if solved would make the biggest output. That's exactly what we're trying to do here with the Lidded operating system. Solve those exact problems on that notepad of yours. Next, the Lidded operating system is effective and the best on the market is because your company profits as well as net free cash flow will drastically increase. In business, we always want to figure out what are the easiest and smallest levers to pull in order to yield the biggest result. Like I said earlier, this is called leverage, getting more output for what you put in. In the example of a wholesaling business, you can increase or even double the business's profit without closing more deals. How? Bigger assignment fees. It's simple, but it is not easy. When it comes to disposition, many wholesalers blame it on their dispo process or even their buyer's list. And that's what it might appear on the surface. But when you solve the wrong problem, the current result stays the same. As you can see here, the average assignment fee in the United States for a wholesaler is anywhere from $2,000 to $7,000. And transparently, this is extremely disappointing. I mean, you're going through all the time of generating the lead, trying to get it under contract, but through negotiating, qualifying, things like that, finding buyers, dealing with the buyers, taking it to the closing table to only make $7,000 or even $10,000. That's, in my personal opinion, not worth your time. In the end, if you manage to double your average assignment fee and change nothing else at the end of the year, your revenue doubles and so does your profit. Now, increasing revenue is only a small piece of the pie. Many gurus skip the boring stuff like understanding company financials, and for good reason. It's boring and it's not flashy. A quote that I tell not only myself, but our clients is that you could lie to me about your marketing and sales KPIs, but your P&L and bank account will tell me the full story I really need to understand in order to see what's going on under the hood. Next, the lidded operating system works is because it causes your company to competitively innovate and helps you dominate your market. Do you ever see a wholesaler talk about the core values of their business or their mission statement, like to serve the community or be a problem solver / solution fighter for sellers, and you in the back of your head, you know it's straight BS? What's even worse is that they go on the exact Facebook groups and share how they're offering 40% of ARV and are basically trying to screw over the seller. Like, it's a terrible deal for both parties, in my personal opinion, right? And then when you decide to have some fun like I would and actually look into the deal and try to see the numbers, they overestimated the ARV and underestimated repairs, right? And I want to mention, as a reminder, it is not 2015 anymore where you can send offers for 20% of ARV, expect the seller to just happily sign. Going to 2025, I personally guarantee that if you're a wholesaler, you're still stuck with the old ways of investing and are heavily reliant on cash offers, you'll either be forced to innovate or your competition will eat you out alive. With the lidded operating system, you won't run into this because we will share and implement the exact exit strategies and show you how to implement them, as well as everything in between to help you separate yourself from the competition, as well as become a real problem solver in your market. Next, you unlock the keys to infinite scale. So first, let's define what infinite scale is. In our terms, it's the ability to push revenue and profits without sacrificing your sanity. In any business, the problem will always be people. The acquisition of the right people, also known as hiring or talent, the expectation and daily management of people, the fires, drop balls, and hard conversations with them, the decision to let them go and the effects on them. But there's also a lot of benefits to people in a company. There's a lot of them, actually. I have a quote that I learned from Dan Martell, and it's, if you build the people will build the business. Understand that you're a couple hires away from having the dream business that you want. With people, you get to buy back the most valuable resource as a CEO, and that's your time and attention. Next, you get your sanity back. Without people, your team, or your customers, you don't have a business, you have a high-paying job, assuming you're profitable, right? Most investors are. Lastly, you get to see their lives change and grow under your leadership within your company. Nothing is more validating as a CEO to see them level up in life. With the right amount of people doing the right things in the right seats consistently, you can infinitely scale as much as you want without you, the founder, being the bottleneck. I understood this when I was able to take the guy below here, Chris, from $0 to $330,000 per month in 6 weeks. Being just the ads guy, I actually wanted to ask him, how did he do it? And he told me one thing. It was people. The lidded operating system, we install our exact talent acquisition funnel to attract A-plus talent who have, quote unquote, been there, done that, to where it's almost plug and play. Now, bringing on A players for us is the easy part. Keeping them is what's hard. Or at least they used to be. We're going to give you our exact playbooks, templates, scorecards, data trackers, management processes to ensure that they're doing the right things consistently and building a culture that breeds high performers. Next, the lidded operating system will give you clarity on your business to make data-driven decisions. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. Having the mindset of making emotional decisions to scale your business is most likely the reason your business is not where you want it to be. So my question for some people is, how can you justify cutting a marketing channel or firing a salesperson just because you feel like it? Now, it sounds stupid, but so many investors we speak to are doing just that. If some marketing campaign is working, why turn it off? But how do you know if a marketing channel, a salesperson, or a dispo strategy is working when you do not have the data to back it up? You just don't. And this is the problem that we were trying to solve. I built this system with the goal of giving our investors the right assets to not only track the data properly and efficiently, but understand the story each metric is tracking and the decision-making process to execute that would yield the best result for the system, the company as a whole. Next is to how we are able to maximize your marketing spend. For us, there's two main ways. First, we check revenue per qualified appointment as well as appointment to contract rate. Here's what this means. The first metric is how much revenue does a company earn on average for every scheduled appointment with a motivated seller. Second is scheduled appointment to actually sign contract rate. How many appointments that are on the calendar actually convert into contracts. If these numbers are not within KPI, the constraint is the sales process. So how can we build a sales process that has unmatched follow-up strategy through what I call a second voice strategy, also known as a feedback call? This is what the I in LIDIT stand for, an ironclad sales process. Finally, it's how it's able to set you up for success with every other venture. 95% of wholesalers, maybe yourself included, most likely do not want to be wholesaling forever. But for the 5% that do, there's nothing wrong with that. And I want to share a perspective with you. Many people don't know this because I never share it, but I started this business at the age of 15 and I have been running it for the last 4 years. There are lessons, takeaways, wins, losses, opportunities that have presented themselves while running this business. One of them was speaking on podcasts and stages. At the event above, I remember being asked, what would you do if you lost everything tomorrow and how would you rebuild it? And I took a while to realize that the three most valuable things that this business has given me are skills, perspective, decision-making frameworks, and another thing is connections. It's my personal belief that those 3 or 4 things are what makes successful entrepreneurs successful. And I built this channel to share that with you, right? To have the results and success without the scars that me and our clients have gone through. In addition, I want to add that my mission and goal with this channel as well as company is to be the bigger brother or friend I wish I had when I first started. What I mean by that is that there are things that I felt like I have gone through and our clients have gone through that I would never wish on a single person on this planet, especially you. Now, I want to mention, this isn't a sob story, but the reason I share it is to show you the lessons, skills, and decision-making frameworks that you will receive from our partnership via the LIDIT OS and how it's able to empower you to fundamentally, business is a system. There's just different moving parts internally. As always, you may have some concerns, and I feel like it's my duty to address them. The first one is it inbound marketing expensive to start and scale? It is if you do it the wrong way. As I mentioned earlier, our team currently manages a little over $520,000 per month in ad spend for our partners, so you definitely will not be our quote-unquote first rodeo or test rabbit like many other inbound marketing companies. In addition, the traditional way of running and managing inbound marketing campaigns is completely outdated. It's the reason why many wholesalers like the one below here struggle to succeed with inbound marketing and why many other agencies struggle to get their clients consistent results day in, day out. As you can see, this is a message from one of the people who have reached out to me from a mastermind group telling me that he just needs, I asked them, hey, what do you feel like you need to scale your business? He says a better PPC and lead gen company with better qualified leads. So he asked for tips and tricks. So I did what I said I would do and shared him exactly our internal SOPs to go do it himself. Here's another example. As I mentioned earlier, inbound marketing is not the way it used to be years ago, right? It's not 2015, it's not 2018, it's not even 2020 anymore. So I'll give you an example. With one simple strategy, it's literally one check mark, one box in the Facebook Ads Manager, we cut our clients' cost per lead by over 78% overnight without sacrificing lead quality. Now, as you can see here, his cost per lead before was almost $140, $150. That was before the strategy. After, we got it down to $30. That's a 70%, 76% specifically decrease in lead cost. When you get cheaper, high quality leads, that means more quality seller appointments, more contracts, and more closing. And as a side bonus, you get faster cash conversion cycles, meaning the time it takes for a lead to come in to the day you actually pick up a check is a lot quicker. Another idea or concern you may have is that you don't want to switch to a completely different system because there's too many moving parts. And the beautiful thing about our partnership is that we vertically integrate into your system, your CRM, your data tracking, etc. We have automation and tech wizards on our team that can integrate with every platform on the market, including custom CRMs that require special webhook or APIs. And when we say everything we do is custom, it truly is. In addition, you're not switching to anything. We're building on top of what you already have in place. So I want to make that really clear. Next, you may have the thought of, hey, I'm already doing well. You're satisfied with 2 or more deals per month with your current marketing, so why add or even switch? Now, there's always this quote. If something is working and someone tells you to shut it off, you should run as fast as you can the other way. I will never tell you or anybody to shut something down that is working and producing a solid return on investment. Adding an inbound marketing system increases leverage and efficiency within your company. Pivoting from what's working to something that is infinitely scalable helps you build a business that ultimately serves you and your team. Lastly, it's hard to dominate your market when you're simply satisfied with how things are running, especially at 2 deals a month. A lesson a mentor has always taught me is that if you're okay with being average and doing just the bare minimum, there will always be someone who will come in and take your spot. Next, you may be wondering, how is this different from other coaching program agencies or products on the market serving wholesalers? And I'm glad you asked that, or may even consider that. Every other coach or consultant in this industry focuses primarily on one department of the business. Marketing, maybe sales or closing, dispo, etc. You work with them and then you try to hire another coach who tells you to do something else, and then your business breaks due to the systems and processes not aligning. Or you may even experience a war zone in your company where your marketing team blames your acquisitions teams because they can't close deals. Acquisitions blames marketing because they think the leads suck. Then dispo blames acquisitions because the numbers on the deals don't make sense. And then your transaction coordinator is sucking their thumbs all day doing nothing, right? And I've seen this many, many times. It's kind of funny. This is a conversation that I have with real estate investors on a daily basis, and a part of the reason why I know they can't scale. With the lidded operating system, we look at things at a holistic level and ensure that everything flows and operates in synchrony and leaving no stone unturned. We are focused on helping you build a company that gives you and your team the freedom you deserve and the cash flow/profits to do so. Now, hopefully you see that a successful and sustainable wholesale operation is made up of multiple pillars that work seamlessly together to ensure that it performs well. Next, I'll spend the rest of our time explaining how the process works, how quickly you can expect to see results, and what you'll get working with us, starting with lead flow, specifically quality lead flow, also known as sellers who are serious, not curious. How? Let's start off with what we don't do. This, as you see here, is outdated, boring, generic, and does not work, at least to our standards. As you can see here, they're really just copy and paste ads that you look like every other person, literally, right? And there's no specificity. It's generic. Like I said, it's boring. But here's what we do instead. As I mentioned, let's start off with lead flow. The way I break it down is to have an omnipresent marketing channel. I call it the self-sustaining lead generation funnel, which breaks down into 3 main pillars. Let's start off top of funnel, which is cold traffic. 3 phases that we have is testing, optimizing, and scaling our marketing campaigns. That's how we run our ads compared to our competitors who are mainly set it and forget it. So let's start with the creatives on Facebook, and we'll transition to PPC here, which is also something that we like to highly leverage to get our clients results. On Facebook, we target creatives instead of the boring we buy houses, no repairs needed. We actually target specific motivations dependent on your market, right? This is something that none of our competitors do, and as a result, causes our clients to lose to us, right? So we have clients that do creative financing, subject to deals, etc., novations even, and we have creatives for that. People that are going through foreclosure, tired landlords that are wanting to get rid of their properties, pre-foreclosures, etc., divorces, can't make mortgage payments, many, many more. We have specific tailored ad copy for our clients, so evergreen ad copy. And whenever somebody clicks that, we shoot them to a landing page that we build out that is custom to your business, and it's a 3-step funnel. Step 1 is a survey opt-in, and the questions we ask here are based off of the 4 main pillars: motivation, timeline, property info, asking price. Are they flexible on their asking price? Is it listed with a realtor, etc.? From there, we go to the property information page where we ask for bedroom, bathroom, what repairs need to be done, things of that sort. Step 3 is a calendar to book an appointment with the acquisition manager with the option to call. So an action item you can literally take away is if you're running PPC or marketing right now, on your calendar page or even your thank you page, if that's what you have, add a button where they can call you right then and there. You'll be see how easy it is to actually convert these people when you get them on the phone, when they call you directly. And then from there, you get data like this, right? So this is a property information page. This is the opt. So they're telling us why they need to sell, flexibility, occupancy, is it listed, are they behind on mortgage payments, and then more property information. That's what happens on the lead flow. That's for top of funnel, cold traffic, lead generation. When it comes to PPC, instead of creatives, we have our own specific ad copy that we run, our own keywords, negative keywords list, etc. That we shoot them to a similar landing page. And I want to mention, everything that we do is custom to your brand, right? It's custom to your business. We're not running it through a behind-the-scenes ad account that you never get access to like all of our other competitors. Pillar 2 is our middle funnel retargeting, right? So we have some clients that are obviously on 2 platforms, Facebook and PPC. So PPC is their main source of marketing, and then Facebook, for example, would just be low-hanging fruit retargeting. So we would retarget people that either go on your website, go through your domain, on Facebook, or Google in this case, to get the low-hanging fruit. These are cheaper leads. You can get leads for 10, maybe even 20 bucks. And third is the bottom of funnel nurturing. Once we've captured them as a lead, they're in our system, we have nurture sequences to stay in front of them pretty much, right? So this is comprised of emails, text messages, ringless voicemails that we have that have scripted over the last 4 years based off of our experience that are proven to get sellers to reach out to us whenever they're ready to go. Like I said, the goal of this is to generate a steady stream of high quality inbound motivated sellers who are serious about selling their property. Next is an ironclad sales process. You can have all the leads in the world, but if you cannot convert them, it doesn't matter. So our process revolves around 7 days of hell, right? Don't look at it as a bad thing. It's a great thing because it gets us deals. So let's dive in. So we typically do a 2-call process. So we have a qualification call through our lead managers, which is what we're going to share with you, where we even train your lead managers and your acquisition managers, go through the script, role play, call reviews, etc. We have a dedicated client success coach who I'll dive into in a second here. Second is our offer call, right? This is the acquisition manager. We have the scripts, things like that we're going to be role playing, training you on. And finally is our follow-up feedback call strategy, right? Also known as the second voice, right? So if you don't close a deal, you, the founder, can call them up. Hey, seller, I know you spoke with one of my team members earlier this week about selling your property on Main Street. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm the founder. I just wanted to reach out and really get your feedback because at the end of the day, we're trying to improve and get better. So I'd love to hear any feedback if you had any. And 95% of the time, they will tell you, no, he did well. Here's my concern. There's the objection. Circle back, handle the objection. There's a contract. It's simple. It's not easy. That's why we have the process in place. And when it comes to 7 days of hell, I want to circle back here. Here's a few nuggets for you. The way we do it is we have speed to lead as measured by calling the lead in less than 5 minutes of them coming in. Because after 5 minutes, 70% of the leads will just drop off. There's a Harvard Business Review study on this. Next, it's a triple tap, leave a voicemail, and shoot a text. And then the first 7 days, we want to put out 10 touch points in the next 7 days of them coming in. And here's a side note. We refresh our clients' numbers to set up local presence to maximize pickup rates. And the goal of this is to convert more leads into contracts at a deeper discount, which as a result will give our buyers more room to play with, right? You get a deal at a deeper discount, you mark it up, you get a bigger assignment fee. That's how we get bigger assignment fees. Next, we help you with talent acquisition and the management. So let's break it down. We license to our clients our personal ads that we use to hire acquisition managers. We'll give you our exact acquisition manager playbook on how we hire, our criteria, our job description, our scorecards / interview process, what we look for, questions we ask, our onboarding process and ramping guide to get them hitting as soon as possible, our lead manager scripts, which I showed you earlier, what to do to prevent burnout or a dry streak, the beginning, middle, and end of day process to make sure they're performing, consistent sales win, how do we keep them on top of their game at all times, and objection handling, our objection handling matrix. That's something we cover for our clients, right? And we give them our ads, our funnels right here. And the entire goal of this is to build a real business that can operate without you with the people who care about your company as much as you do. And I want to add a side note to this. Many people, and there's a saying going around where your team will never care as much about your business as much as you. And I think that is false. If you give them a vision and a mission that's so big where they can fit their goals inside of yours, they will care about your business the same, if not more. I promise you, because that's exactly what we experience every freaking day. Next is the exit strategy. So some of our clients are thinking big, right? They might not know how to do novations. They might not know how to do creative finance. They might not even know how to find cash buyers in other markets. And we have partnerships with our clients, JV partnerships, where you guys can partner together, work on those deals together, and get that deal to the closing table. So you guys would just split the deal. So we have our entire Rolodex of people who you're able to work with to help you with exactly that. And finally, the data tracking. We do all the data tracking, the projections, like I showed you here. We show you how to leverage the data, and we even work with you on our client ROI tracker, right? So we have ROI trackers that we build out with our clients to project where their business is going to be at in the next 12 months with their current KPIs. And what this does is it gives you full clarity and enables you to properly budget your marketing and your other expenses to maximize profitability. And it's funny because most investors don't even know how many deals they're going to close this month, let alone next month. But we are able to sit down with a client, get their baseline benchmarks, like you can see on the left here, and project where their business is going to be at in the next 12 months. That's the power of having the right data inside of your business. So that right there is the lidded operating system. And going back, what really sucks is that all of this is not taught by gurus. They're too busy promoting their product like cold callers or their mediocre group coaching program. But everything I showed you today is what it truly takes to build a real business. Real leads, real systems and processes, and real people. How do I know? Because we do it and generate real results today, yesterday, every day and night for the last 4 years. Now, you should have an understanding of what the lidded operating system is, the problem it solves, how you can use it to scale your wholesaling business that provides a massive cash flow and profits that you could take out of your business. But here's a summary just in case. The lidded operating system is best for established wholesalers who are currently stuck at 2 or more deals per month and are struggling with the following constraints. A steady flow of motivated sellers or high-quality sellers who are serious, not curious about selling, having a proven sales process from A to Z to convert more sellers into contracts and provide deeper discounts that have enough margin and profit for all parties involved. A reliable talent acquisition system to consistently recruit, onboard, and lead a team of A players who will operate the company better than you can. Fourth is relying on an outdated model of only cash offers to sellers. And finally, having full clarity of what's actually going on inside of your business via KPI trackers and data integrity. And I want to leave off with this. At Bolt Deals, one of our first core value is unrivaled client support, which we define as delivering a white glove client experience for all of our partners. We do this by serving as a partner without percentages. That's JT. A little bit about him, our director of client success, who you have full access to 24/7, calls, Zooms, coaching, etc. Has been in business for a little over 25 years. He's built systems and processes for 2/3 of the Fortune 500 companies. And on top of that, he's built a land wholesaling company himself. This is him right here, who you'll get full access to throughout the entire scope of our partnership. You'll get access to a private one-on-one Slack channel with you and our team, your entire team, our team, and a calendar link where you can book with any of us at any time for any question or concern. Typically, they're weekly. Your problems become our problems, your goals become ours, and our objective is to proactively solve the problem or celebrate the wins. Now, if you feel like this is you and feel like we can help, I'd like to formally invite you to schedule a live implementation session where we break down from A to Z the specifics of what this would look like when implemented into your wholesale operation. When you schedule an implementation session with us, me or one of my team members, we really want to understand, where you're currently at. So we ask that you give us context on how we can best serve you. And after you schedule the implementation, we'll send you a link to all of our case studies and success stories, proving to you how the lidded operating system works. You might even see it here on our channel. So if you're ready to draw the line in the sand and scale your wholesale operation to record revenue months and dominate your market, find the link below and schedule the call. As a final bonus, I want to thank you for sticking to the end. And with that, I have a very special gift for you. Actually, two. The first is a free custom cash buyer generation funnel where we're going to build it under your name and your brand. And the goal is to generate vetted cash buyers to your business. Second is a waitlist to join our next private client workshop. This is exclusive to 10 clients at a time, them and their entire teams. At this client workshop, we're going to be inviting industry leaders to speak and consult with you and work with your team over the shoulder. And finally, diagnose constraints and challenges in your business and solve them live. The reason why I say this is a workshop is because we actually get things done and we actually close deals here. It's not a screaming event where you're beating your chest. We actually are here to get things done and drive the needle forward within your business. So to claim it, it's really simple. Take a screenshot of this and mention it on our client onboarding call to Laura, our operations manager, or JT. I do want to mention these spots will go fast, so feel free to book your live implementation session below. With that said, my name is Benjamin. I am the CEO and founder here at Bolt Deals, and I'm really, really excited to see you become our next case study. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.